Good morning, or afternoon rather. Hey, cuz. Said you're going to try to listen in. You did give your thumbs up, both thumbs. That's cool. Well, I just see two of us. I don't know who else is lurking, but that's okay too. Well, I had an interesting day yesterday. What? Bombing. Hey, Ed, I see you. And cuz says, how's all? Well, I bombed my apartment because I didn't like the job the exterminator did. So I had the guinea pigs downstairs in Bill's apartment in their playpen. Well, the boys kept fighting off and on, and one of the boys escaped. So we looked for him, couldn't find him. So when I got the apartment back together, we brought up the guinea pigs. Hi, Andy. Uh, when I got him, we brought up the guinea pigs. I told Bill, I says, well, if you don't find him before you bomb tomorrow, then you'll find him in a few days when you follow the smell. Hi, Buster. And so what happened about 11:30 last night, Bill finds the solid black male that disappeared. I figured my little talk saying that it had died from the bomb and that it would stink up his apartment kind of gave him the incentive to find that. And it was right behind his dresser. Just like I said, it was probably underneath his dresser because I know they can get into small spaces. That's where he found him. And so, let's see, today's the 16th. In about a week and a half, I'll be getting my quail eggs. So I'll be ready by then to start my quail adventure over. Hi, Nikki. And thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Since my experiment finished, when I called about 50 birds, now I'm going to go and see how long I'll be able to breed them doing the way Zach says. Steve says, who shorted us? A thumbs up. Well, you got to give Christina time to give her thumb up. Christina says, howdy, ma'am. I'll be in and out. Baking cupcakes for Lane. Yeah, happy birthday, Lane. Steve says, I like cupcakes too, Mrs. K. That says, I thumbs up before I said hi. That's the way I usually do it, Ed, when I go to other streams. Steve says, happy birthday, Lane. Andy says, hey, Verna, if you don't know every time you spray or bomb, you should change the chemical you use. They will get immune to it. It may take a few sprayings. Well, Andy, what I'm doing is I used Raid this time. Next time I'll use Black Flag. Christina says, I'll bring cupcakes to QuailCon. Oh, yes. Quail cups. And he says, my hubby is an exterminator. Well, if you lived closer, Andy, I would have him do it for me. See, he says, don't bother with a hot shot. It doesn't work. Hot shot never did work. And he says he kills for a living. Yeah, but you think about it, we do too. We kill our quail for to feed us and that. He says as long as he doesn't eat what he kills. Yeah, I gotta get some good spray to put down after I do the second bombing, which I'll do in 6 weeks. And he says, whenever a cop asks me what he does for a living, that's my favorite response. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh. Hey, Christina, do you use your quail eggs in your baking? Because that's what I do. That's the only eggs that allow in my apartment. I've still got plenty of eggs left over from the last batch. And he says, funny part is he can't kill quail or rabbit. Oh, wow. So he's good at bugs, but he can't do anything else but bugs. C says he's a hired assassin. And he says, right, LOL. Christina says, I used our chicken eggs today. If the ducks were laying, I'll use theirs. I used the quail eggs, though. Yeah, the only quail I have, I mean, the only eggs I have is quail eggs. Because, you know, in a apartment homesteading, you don't have room for all the others. She says, took me 2 years to do the deed on quail. It says, impatiently waiting on the freeze dryer to finish apples and asparagus. Yeah, now I got, when I get everything cleaned up, I'll be able to get back to my freeze drying. I've got two bags of apples waiting to be done. I did my navel oranges. And he says, I seen eggs in the store yesterday. First time I've looked in ever. $4 to $6 a dozen. I almost fell over. Yep, Ed agrees. It's crazy. Um, the one that I thought was pregnant when I first got it is now twice the size as she was. And picking up the guinea pigs yesterday, they both the females got bulges in their bellies, and the males don't. So, like I said, if I don't have babies by New Year's, I'm going to be start no babies by February 1st. That I'll be out of guinea pigs and go for the what is it? The real small rabbits, meat rabbits, Himalayas, I think. And he says, I normally don't put lights on the quail in the winter months, but after I seen that yesterday, they are getting lights. Havanas, that's right. I knew it started with an H, but I couldn't remember the name. I got I finally got sleep last night, about 6 hours. So my brain isn't working quite right yet. But let's see if we can get the call today. And you got me, it says can of Walmart mushrooms, if they have any, is $2.14 for an 8-ounce can. I tried 4 times to order, each time comes back out of stock. Is there some kind of national Walmart mushroom shortage? And I do not shop at Wally World. Nikki says, my baby bunnies are growing like weeds. And he says, with my guinea pigs, I can feel the babies moving inside of the mom's belly. Well, mine were pretty, weren't quite as friendly when I first got them. Steve says, my Kroger's has a large supply. I don't usually do Walmart grocery. And Andy says, I hate Walmart and try to stay out of it as much as I can. Andy, you're like I am. I don't do Wally World. Nikki says, LOL, Verna, you whistled and all of my male button quails started hollering. Yeah, but did you hear my Kai hollering? Koi hollering? And I'm going to do it now. No good hearing over them. They're not answering now. I'd have to go give them another treat. So I think I'm gonna wait on the everything pickled cookbook because right now is a slow time for eggs. I think I'm gonna go into soups and stews and broths. So Nikki, what do the I wonder what the button quails sound like. I know what the turnix sound like. Look at me. Bring it back. That says the only thing good that came out of the pandemic was home delivery, lol. That's why I order from Walmart, plus it's just up the street. Yeah, what I don't like is when you have to pay a yearly subscription fee, number one. Number two, I was never satisfied with Wally World. You can get Kroger's home delivery, you can get Myers home delivery, but I don't think Myers goes as far south as you had. Nikki says many times they sound like they are laughing at you. They also growl. Jan says, Happy Wednesday, beautiful quail people. Blessed Wednesday, Jan. And yes, we're still keeping Saturday mornings, in case anybody's wondering. And Lucy got upset. She went into where we had the kayak, and she bent down, nosed one, and it just froze. She couldn't get it to run. But then I chased her out of the room. She's not allowed around the kai when they're loose until I get her used to them, because she'll grab molds out of the ground. Nikki says there's a couple videos on here on their sounds. Yeah, I'll have to look up what button quail sound like. Andy says I've been watching it. Almost seems every time I pick stuff up on the shelf was one thing and checkout was another. If you turn that into your attorney general, they can get in trouble for that. They have to sell it to you for what is on the shelf price. Yeah. Jan asks if you can use kite poo for fertilizer. Yes, it's just like rabbit fertilizer. It's a cold fertilizer, so you can put it directly. You don't have to compost it. In fact, when Bill emptied their playpen, I had him dump the debris into the garlic pot. And he says it was at Walmart at first. Now it seems it's happening at every store. I would make them return the extra money or I return the item. And Ed's using his humor. Warm when it comes out. I don't know, Ed. Do you feel it when it comes out? I don't. Yeah, do you know, at least around here, I seen at Bill's house, I had to watch the news, and there is a lot of stores that are being investigated for that fraud there about shelf prices saying one thing, you get charged another thing at the register, etc. That you don't know it could be cold. She says, I had times I picked something up off the shelf and it was not in their system, and they even refused to sell it to me. They said it's not in their system, it's not theirs to sell. One time I said, well, if it's not yours, it must be mine, and attempt to take it. They refused that too. I left them with my entire order that day. That's how you handle it. And I got to watch it when you guys are ordering groceries and the delivery person does not deliver them correctly. Some companies say, oh, well, that's your problem. We got your money. Then other companies don't. And he says, I was told once was prices changing so fast that it could be the problem. Such a lie. The lie is they're not letting their techs know how much the prices are. Or the people on the floor are too lazy to change the prices on the shelves. They tried to tell me one time that it was somebody stole the other tag that was on it. I said, BS. I know better than that. You can lie all you want. I get it for the shelf price, or I'm getting a hold of the Attorney General. That's why they want you to. That's why they try to ring up while you're loading your bags. I mean, while you're unloading your cart, so then you get stuff by you without you knowing how much you're ripping you off. Andy says, I remember a few years back, Walgreens got in trouble for it. Well, right now, it's Dollar General, I think Kroger's, and Family Dollar that are in trouble. And on Dollar General, they tried 3 times on the investigation to go in and see if it was fixed yet. And the last time it was worse than before. Each time they got more problems, more discrepancies. Andy says, that's good. I'm glad someone is doing something about it at least. Andy, the only way they can do anything about it is if people will get hold of the attorney general, your state attorney generals. That's the ones that take care of that. It's just like bait and switch. That says, I've walked out of Walmart many times, leaving my full cart behind in line because the line was so long, because they had only one checkout person. And I was like, I don't need this stuff this bad. Yeah, they want everybody to use the self checkout. I worked at Myers when they first came out with self checkout, and I knew that was going to be a problem. They just want to stock the shelves, rip you off, and let you do all the work. And he says a friend of mine told me that her husband was charged $15 for something that says $5 on the shelf. Well, I don't seem to be buffering, Ed, so it may be you because the chat's rolling around fine and my picture looks fine on me. Jan says they tried pulling a fast one on turkey price. Big sign over cooler had price per pound. Check out, it was more than double. Manager said butterball not included. Well, if the sign doesn't say that, that's BS. If the sign just says turkeys, it means all turkeys. And if they wouldn't have gave it to me at the price stipulated, I would have told them, then you take everything back. I'll go to another store. Because if the sign doesn't say butterball not included, they have to do the butterball too. See, people got to stand up for your rights. Everybody's ripping us off, and if you just let them rip you off, you'll end up with nothing. While the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. That's why you don't have much of a middle class anymore. Yeah, and said I said, well, when you need to honor the price posted, then change your sign. I crossed my arms and waited until I got the sale price. People in line applauded me. Yeah, you got that right. And he says, I will not use a self checkout all ever. They should knock off prices for not having to pay someone to do it for me. Self checkout rips us off every time you use it. Yep, you're taking people's jobs away. I know my lighting fluxes with my computer, but it's still streaming right. I don't know why it gets dark and gets bright. Let me see if I can do something here. Ed says, yes, I refuse to use the self checkout also. I figure like this I already did all the trouble of shopping. They need to take care of me. Let me see if I can find the program I want to help with the lighting here. There we go. Oh, is this like any better, you guys? In that case, I can shut off the other lights if it looks better. Nope, it's still got the. Let me see here. Nope, that looks terrible. Ah, nope. Have you checked out the YouTube channel John and Bibbs? Some cool FD stuff. No, I haven't checked that one out. Send me the link on Facebook, Ed. Jan says, if I'm going to spend my money, I want them to bag my items. I never use self checkout. Exactly, because when I use, if I was to use self checkout, it would feel like I was working for them again. And that takes, I don't like shopping to begin with, so that takes it all out. And he says, a few weeks ago, I went to a Dollar Tree. The lady said, no, we don't do live checking here. I went ahead and used the self checkout. I just had one item my daughter needed. Then came time to pay. She says it's self checkout is great for discounts. They don't give you discounts. Any places I know that has self checkout. And he says I asked how the money goes in. Then when told the machine don't take cash, have to be a card, I walked out with my cash anyway. She says then you aren't checking it out right. At some places, like Myers, they have a weight on the bagging item, and it won't let you check out another item until you put the stuff in the bag, etc. It is, yeah, kind of weird. See, I don't like that the way the light is going off and on, and it doesn't matter if I use the enhanced lighting or not. Yep. Let's see. About everybody in here is pretty. So Swanson, my daughter scans. She gives one shot. If it doesn't scan when she slides it across, she doesn't care and bags it and goes on. I did not teach her that. See, at Myers, that would stop it. It would say, please scan item because they have a weight on it. And he says, I couldn't believe I couldn't use cash for $1.33. I know that's ridiculous. Now at Kroger's, you can use cash or card. I got to get some more coffee, guys. I'll be right back. And he says, I was very nice about it. All either. Oh, he wasn't very nice. Jen says, now a lot of smaller stores are charging $2 or $3 if you use a card. True. And around here at the party store on Main Street, if you use a card, it's $5 fee. And he says, my dad said I should just look the pan and walk out with it too. Should have took the pan and walk out with it too. And he says, yes, I know. You get charged for using your card mostly. Like I said, they're getting greedier and greedier to heck with the average Joe. America is run by greed in all aspects. Andy agrees. Yes, it is. Yes. See, says, I remember back in the 80s when they made credit card fees illegal, so they did discounts for cash to get around it. Silly twist of words. Yeah, now they don't even want cash. They're trying to make it into a credit society so they can keep tracks of everything you do. Jess says, used to hear if your purchase was under a certain amount, you were charged. Now it seems stores won't take cash, cards only, then tag on a surcharge for card use. They're trying to get rid of cash because they don't want any more people making money that the government can't trace. Now, I'm going to get one of the piggies for you guys to look at. No, can't get the escape artist. Oh. Watch out, Lucy. Didn't quite work. I'm too sore from the last couple of days working. And I don't want to pick up the mamas so much because of their bellies. Let's see. Jess is used to if your purchase was okay. I read that one. Nikki says the card companies charge the stores for them to be able to accept the cards. Pretty hefty amounts too. Andy says I get so yelled at many times for not asking as much for my animals as other people around me. Yeah, because we're not trying to get rich. We just want to pay for our feed. Just like when I had a used appliance business. I charged what I figured was a fair price, and everybody else got mad because they said I was undercutting them. Nope, I just wasn't trying to get rich. I was trying to provide a service. And he says someone was asking $10 for a quail. Nikki says exactly right. Yeah, what I do for processed quail, I go $6 or $7 each. If it's a repeated customer, it's only $6. Dressed, $5 or $6. If it's a new customer, it'd be $7 if they want me to process them. And he says they were alive. Wow. If you don't have, now I could see doing that for like a white winged sparrow or a pansy fee or something like that, something that's really beautiful. And charging a pet fee, yeah, as a pet, it would be different, yeah. and too young to vent sex still. So it was only about 3 weeks, huh? 3 to 6 weeks. Ah, some with the rude gene. In other words, pansies or the reds. I mean, not pansies, but scarlets and reds, red rangers. Steve says I should get my license next week for quail. Then I sell live or dressed. I don't have to comply with FDA rules. If you sell from your home, you don't have to. If they pick it up at your house or your farm, you don't need FDA rules. It's when you try to sell them to other places that you do here. Nikki says, so Rural King, that was the other place. Rural King was one of the ones that are being in trouble for overcharging. That was on the news. That was the other place I couldn't think of. She says, no limits on who I can sell to, and it will be legal for me to ship out of state, though I probably won't. And he says, yeah, Scarlet or Range. She says, in Mississippi, I can take to store and restaurants and sell off site. That's with which license, Steve? Mississippi Quail Breeders License. Ah. See, Ohio just ignores Coturning quail. But for Bob White's net, you need a permit. See, says for eggs, I have to get NPIP to sell eggs off site. They can be farm pickup only without NPIP, and that takes another license too. Steve, in Ohio, if you don't have egg handlers license, then you can only sell for pickup. But if you have egg handlers license, that only deals with consumption, and you can sell them at farmers markets and everything else. But if you don't have them, you can sell to anybody in the state. Well, Jan says, Nikki James, same here for my Rural King. They said over half died. I bought all they had for $1.50 each. They feed them chicken low protein feed. She says the license comes with NPIP. The egg license require it. Alrighty. How expensive is that, Steve? Well, I don't know, but see, all this, every state is different, and all these different laws are kind of confusing at times. And it says, I'm still here listening and watching. How much does your egg handler's license come with? Cost, Steve? And he says, when I dress a rabbit, people ask me how I could ask such a low price on them. In my opinion, it's not about the money I can make, it's about the money I will save and feed. Yeah, well, see, you not only save money and feed, but you make a little money back. And rabbits are going to spit out rabbits, and they spit out a lot more than Cavi do or Kai do. Jen says, I'm still here, but on the phone. Sister has a rant. I'm her sounding board. Bless her heart. Yeah, everybody needs a sounding board. Andy says, yes, that is so true there. Yeah, we're not looking to get rich. Son says, C says, back, work interfering. How much does your egg license cost, Steve? And how much did your quail license cost? And how often do you have to redo them? Well, while we wait on that, Steve says $25 a year for egg and $25 for quail renewed yearly. So that's $50 a year, and that's not bad really. And he says the most babies I have had from piggies is four at once. The less I get from rabbits is four. That's about how it goes, Andy. She says NPIP would be additional charge, I presume. Yeah, that's just a little blood test, I think. And then you got to worry about if they're checking for um, AI. That's another little test that might have to happen. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking about going to those rabbits. And he says mostly the piggies is just two babies at once. I've had four before when I used to raise them back about 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago. Boy, I wish I could find a house. If I found a house, I would have a pigsty and an aviary. And then I would have my breeders inside. Well, it looks like we're getting low down. Haha. I would love to have an open yard for the piggies myself, but I don't have the land here. You really don't need a lot of land for them. The poor had fun in the playpen. I've seen people that had cabbie farms or koi farms, and they had more koi running around than you can shake a finger at. And he says, I think it would be so cool to have a walk in yard to be able to play with them. Yep. Some people do it in have some of the places on Facebook have an area in a room that is for the guinea pigs. But I got one escape artist. He can get over the things that are usually safe. He's an escape artist. And he is lightning quick. But that is going to be a fun day. Well, you guys, it's getting a little slow. I think we're going to go for today because I've got so much stuff to do to get my place back in working order. So many things I have to clean out. And he says, my yard, the fence is only 100 foot all the way around the yard. I have a small garden spot, the rabbits and quail all within it. It's too full already. Oh yeah, you only got 100 foot all around. And you got a small yard. I would leave those animals in cages and use the garden. I mean, use what's left of the yard for garden. He says, everyone have a great day. Got to get back to my chores. Me too. Everybody have a blessed day. I'll see you Saturday. Unless I come across you at Whiskey Tango Farms, which is tonight, or Slightly Redneck, which is tomorrow. And he says, goodbye. It's been fun. Steve says, see y'all tonight. Y'all have a blessed night, day.